Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim franchise mode NHL 21. We're getting set to start off year number 4. Now in the past episode we made it to the playoffs once again. We actually swept the San Jose Sharks in round number 1 only to get swept by the Calgary Flames in round number 2. Team is looking very good going to year number 4. The lineup is Dylan Larkin, Trevor Zegras, and Jacob Silverberg. Picked up Larkin at the trade deadline last year. We were able to extend him 6 years, $9.25 million. He's 90 overall, only 27 there. So with the +3, the first line is playing like a 93, 94, and 88. So they should be amazing. Second line is extremely good as well. We have Evgeny Malkin, Maxim Comtois, and Jaden Schwartz with a +3 playing like an 88, 89, and 90 overall. Third line, we have Ricard Raquel with Benoit Olivier Groulx and Robert Thomas. There are no chemistry boosts, but 87-85 is very good. Groulx is only 80, but he's 23 years old, medium top 6 potential. Well, hopefully he can grow. If I put Ludestrom or Gauthier there, unfortunately he does remove the +1 in the fourth line. If things are going rough with the bottom 6, I can always move Gauthier up, put Groulx down, but I like the +1 in the fourth line, making Bowers, Ludestrom, and Gauthier 81 and 83s on the wing. So I like that. And then for defense, we have Jokiharju and Draisaitl as their top pairing. Jokiharju and Draisaitl are both pretty young defensemen, 81 overall, 21 years old, medium elite for Draisaitl. Jokiharju 24, medium top 4 potential, 84 overall. The +3 playing like an 87 and 84 should be pretty good for first pairing. Jake Bean, Cam Fowler, 85 and 84 in the second pairing. And our best pairing is actually the bottom pairing here. We have a +3 with Slavin and Lindholm playing like in 289s. But I definitely want to have the two young guys at the top that could grow with good potential. Now in goal we have John Gibson. He's down to an 87 overall. Did have some rough numbers past few years. I mean 8.95 save percentage and 3 goals against last year. We'll see how Gibson plays this season. He did have 51 wins 2 seasons ago, but he is on a pretty good contract, 6.4 for another 4 years until he's 34. Yeah, Lucas Dostal there making the jump as a rookie in the NHL, 83 overall at 23 medium star potential. He was very good for us with San Diego last year, 27, 17, 5 with 3 shutouts. Just under a 9 save percentage and 258 goals against. He was a third-round pick back in 2018 by Anaheim. 5 years later, making his start in the NHL. Going to take a look at the AHL team. We have some pretty good options if ever we trade away a forward or we need to call one up. We have Boris Tachuk and Vitaly Abramov, both of them 81 and 80 overall. Atu Ratu there, hopefully he can grow. Still at 76 at 20 medium elite potential. Last year they had 56 points, 29 goals. Hopefully in his second year the AHL he can play well and make the jump in the NHL next year. It was their 15 overall pick, 2021. Jacob Perreault there, he's medium top 6, 21 years old. And Nikola Pasic there, medium top 9, 78 overall at 22. He was a New Jersey Devil pick. Perreault was a pick of the Ducks in 2020. Those are probably our best prospects we have in the AHL. A lot of good players there, all in the mid to high 70s. So AHL team is looking good. Lajoie and Roy. So Roy is 80 overall. Definitely could be an option if ever one of our defense is traded away. It's good to have some backups in the AHL. Axel Anderson is only 23. He is our youngest defenseman along with Velati there. So they still have decent potential. Medium top 4, but still 75. Velati, medium top 6. Still 77. Not sure if they'll grow to be NHL players. Nick Malek is our goaltender. Medium star potential, 74 overall at 21. So it's already a pretty good rating for 21 years old. He was a draft pick in the 4th round in 2021. And Ole Eriksson backing him up, 24 years old, 75. So AHL team is looking pretty good. Taking a look now at special teams for the NHL. Comtois, Zegras, Larkin, Schwartz, Bean, +5 chemistry. So they're basically playing like 92, 96, 95, 90, and 90. That power play unit should go off and score a ton of power play goals. Second unit is pretty solid with a +1. Thomas, Malkin, Raquel, Jokiharju, and Fowler. Looking at the 4-man, we have Larkin with Zegras, Bean, and Schwartz with a +1. Second unit is Malkin with Thomas, Jokiharju, and Fowler, just neutral chemistry. Penalty kill there, Bowers and Ludstrom are 2 centers. With the 0 on the penalty kill is pretty good. -1 and -3 on a 3-man. So Hopefully we don't go down by 2 men too often, and if so, hopefully the first unit can get it done. So let's look at our team, guys. We're going to go into a game just quickly so we can see the stats of offense, defense, and goaltending. Here, let's see how well we stack up. 93 offense, 90 defense, and 89 goaltending. It's pretty solid. Hopefully we can have a good year here in Anaheim. We're going to simulate up to the trade deadline, see how the team is doing. Now, I'm trying to make a trade with the Chicago Blackhawks there. Max Jones, I mentioned at the end of the past episode, was an RFA. We weren't able to get him signed. We actually can't call him up because we'd be over the salary cap. I believe that was his qualifying offer that he accepted there. 81 overall, 25 years old. It's really not a spot for him to line up, making over $3 million. It's going to trade him away to the Chicago Blackhawks. They have enough cap space. They have enough contract spots. Throwing in here Victor Wade. He's a left defenseman, low elite, 63 overall at 20 years old. Again, it's good potential, but only in the 60s at 20 years old. Trying to get a second from the Chicago Blackhawks here, so it's their second for this year. Let's see if that works. Jones and a prospect for a second. Trading's accepted. There you go. Free pick from Chicago. So I noticed that the bottom six is struggling. Our team isn't doing as well as I thought it would be. So I'm going to try moving Grew on the fourth line with Bowers and Lundstrom. It removes the +1, but we have a +2 here with Gauthier. Instead of an 80, we have an 82. Rekal and Thomas there. Schwartz there only has 18 points, 3 goals. Silverberg at 16. I'm going to try to shake things up. I'm going to put Schwartz on the first line with Larkin, Zegras. Silverberg in the second line with Maxim, Comtois, and Evgeny Malkin. So we are at 12 and 10 and 1. We actually started off pretty good, but then we cooled down quite a bit. So hopefully those line changes work out. Okay, so we're at the trade deadline here. The team definitely woke up. 41, 17, and 4. We did lose a game 11-5 there, but we actually won a game 10-1 against Montreal Canadiens here. We had some good winning streaks. So I had trade deadline 41, 17, and 4. We have 86 points. We're tied with the Jets for first place in the NHL. Trevor Zegras is amazing. 85 points already at the deadline, 29 goals. We have 35 goals for Evgeny Malkin. This guy is just playing out of his mind. 66 points. I mean, 35 goals already at the deadline. He has 586 for his career. I mean, since joining Anaheim, he's been one of our best players. Only an 83 overall, but definitely playing over his rating. Comtois and Larkin, both of them over 25 goals there, over 70 points. Silverberg, Thomas. I think it worked out moving Schwartz to Silverberg, moving those right wingers, and moving Grew in the fourth line, moving Gauthier up to the third. Sometimes all you need is some slight changes like that, and it can change the whole look of a team. In goal, Gibson, 38, 11, and 4. 895 and 297. Definitely bounced back from last year. It's doing much better. Dostal is 3 and 6. Not bad. I'm going to take a look quickly at the AHL team, how they're doing over in San Diego. And they're third in the division with 60 points. Ratu, 22 goals, 46 points. Still only at 76. Really hoping he can grow. Jumping to the trade deadline now. Alright, so I'm going to try and make a big trade to San Jose Sharks. I'm trying to get Kevin Lebank here, who's absolutely tearing it up. 63 points in 64 games. Nearly a point per game at the deadline. He is a right/left winger. 87 overall at 28. Two-way forward, pretty good overall stats, pretty balanced all around. He is a perfect fit for forward line number 3, which is actually pretty much where I want him. I can move Gauthier down to the forward line, and we get a trade offer. So that is something that's annoying. When you want to make a trade, and the computer comes in, does a trade offer, you got to start all the way from scratch. So I'll be back with you guys in a second. So I'm going to try trade him here, a prospect, Stanislav Leonov. 19 years old, low elite, 62 overall, a second, which is basically the second we got for free for trading Jones before season. But no, Olivier Grew, he had 20 points in 63 games, but still only an 80 at 24, only has a few more years to grow. So Lebank would be replacing him and giving them a first round pick. We have 2 seconds, so we can afford to give one of them. It is a rental, but we're going all in for the cup. Let's see if Kevin Lebank is coming to Anaheim. He is. Welcome to the Mighty Ducks, Kevin Lebank. Just looking here, Victor Olofsson is making $10.5 million as a medium top 6, 86 overall for 5 more years. He's 28, so he's going to be making $10.5 until he's 33. I don't know with that contract. All right, so that's going to be the only move we're going to make at the trade deadline, acquiring Kevin Lebank from the Sharks. So I'm going to take a look now at the trades that happened with the CPU, see if there's any big blockbusters that stand out there. A lot of decent players, not real big blockbusters. There's one. Philip Grubauer goes to Edmonton, and a forward for Granlund, and a couple of picks. Madsen and Zajac go to the Sharks from. Madsen and Zajac go to the Blackhawks from the Sharks. Kempe and Riley go to the Lightning from the Kings. Dumba and Donskoy to the Capitals from the Vegas Golden Knights for a first, and it looks like a prospect. There's our trade with the Sharks. Pollock and Mata, so a couple of defensemen go to Florida from the LA Kings there. Sillinger and picks for Niederreiter, Capobianco, Achari. That's a pretty big trade there. Brody, Shattenkirk, and Bowie. So it looks like Arizona ships off 3 defensemen to the Winnipeg Jets. And here's a look at the lines with Kevin Lebank. So he takes Gautier's spot. Gauthier goes in the fourth line for Gru's spot. The team is looking very nice. We have 87, 85, and 87 on the third line. The rest stays the same. Defense is exactly the same as well as goaltending, of course. And in special teams, I put Lebank on the second unit, gives a +1 there. Righty shot with the left-handed shot on the right side with Malkin and Thomas. First unit still the same there with a +5. Hopefully that Kevin Lebank can have a good impact on the team and help us get our second Stanley Cup in franchise history. Here we go, going to summate the rest of the season. So we finished tied with the Winnipeg Jets for first in the NHL, although they have more wins. We have 112 points, 53, 23, and 6. First in the Pacific Division. Trevor Zegras with 101 points at 23 years old, 91 overall, 35 goals, 66 assists, 30 goals for Larkin, 92 points, 32 goals for Contour, 87, 3 guys over a point per game. We have 4 guys with 30 goals or more, and 6 guys with 20 goals or more. Malkin with 46 points, almost a point per game at 37 years old. This man is a machine. He's down to 81 overall, but it's probably just his speed. Yeah, 84 speed, physical, not great at all. But his shooting, all mid-90s, hands all high 80s. I mean, basically his physical is down the drain, but the rest is still pretty good. Lebank, 72 points. Yeah, 9 points in 19 games since joining our team. Like to have a bit more production, but he was on the third line after all. Schwartz, Silverberg, Thomas, Raquel. Decent numbers from them there. And then our defense, 37 points plus 16 for Slavin. Yoki Haru, 36 points plus 44. Very happy about that. Drysdale, Lindholm, very, very solid. Drysdale grew to an 82 there. 37 plus 37. And in goal, better numbers, 44, 16, and 6 with 2 shots. 898 save percentage. Would like that to be over 900. 286 goals against. Pretty solid numbers for Drysdale there. As our backup. Let's take a look at the rest of the NHL here in terms of goaltending. Markstrom, 46 wins there, 4 shutouts for the Flames, 44 for Gibson, so he was second in the NHL in wins. Take a look at all skaters. McDavid, 50 goals, 113 points there. Drysdale, 111. McDavid is 96, Drysdale 94. Philip Forsberg there with the Islanders with a big year. Him and Barzal, so it looks like it's the 2 duos. Stamkos there, Zegras, so he was 6th in scoring the NHL. That's great to see. John Carlson, 98 points as a defenseman. Unbelievable. I mean, his stats are elite everywhere. Now take a look at goals. So Philip Forsberg actually wins the Maurice Richard Trophy. Philip Forsberg, 89 overall. Very good shooting there. Very good hand speed. Good all around. Malkin was actually 14 league scoring and 37 years old. You love to see it. Bruce Neal there as a rookie. Joshua Roy, Bayer, Shaw, Zachary Leroux. And then rookie goaltenders. We have Dossel was there with 9 wins. Swayman there. Jeremy Swayman, 38 wins. 43, 19, and 5 with 6 shutouts for Ian Scott. It's an 80 overall. That's incredible how well he simmed for Toronto Maple Leafs. Now the HL team, 85 points there, second in the Pacific. The Ontario Ring, 102. Ratu, 30 goals, 30 assists, 60 points. I mean, he has to grow. It's nearly a point per game, nearly a goal every 2 games on average. Let's take a look next who we're facing in the Stanley Cup Playoffs. It's going to be the Vancouver Canucks. All right, so it seems that we're always facing Canadian teams. Either Edmonton, Calgary, now Vancouver. Hoglander, Peterson, Besser on the first line. Pretty good first line. Horvat, Pacioretty went there as well as Riley Smith. Alexander Wenberg, Pearson, and Russ. Connolly, Appleton, Lynn. The first line is the Vancouver guys in real life, Horvat. And the rest of the team is pretty much all different. Hughes up to 90 overall with Myers, Ulevi, and Wu, Schmidt, Tanev. And then Demko 85, DPHO 83 backing him up. A pretty solid team, honestly, for the Vancouver Canucks. It's going to be a good test in the first round. They had 40 wins, we had 53. And here we go, going to simulate the first 3 games against the Canucks. We win the first one, lose that's 2 next games. So we're down 2-1 in the series. Got to tie it back up here. And we win. All right, so we are going back to Anaheim. We got a couple of games at home here. Hopefully we can get the series lead. 8-2 win. That's a statement game right there. We can finish it off in Vancouver. 4-3 win. All right, so we eliminate Vancouver Canucks. Larkin a point per game in the first series. That's great. And here we go. As speaking of Canadian teams, we're facing McDavid, Draisaitl, and the Edmonton Oilers. So they're looking like Iafallo, McDavid, Yamamoto, Draisaitl, Kahun, Puyarvi. They have Ryan Getzlaf there with Nyquist and Coleman, Phil Kessel, Rubtsov, and Kazin. So similar to Canucks, they have quite a few guys that are on the team, but a lot of new faces as well. Nurse, Spurgeon, Johnson, Bouchard, Larson, Bear. Pretty solid defense group. And Grubauer, Stalock backing him up. So Philip Grubauer, 85 overall. Pretty good team as well as the Canucks. They had 40 wins, so it's going to be another tough challenge. Simulate the first couple of games here. We lose 7-6 in OT, but then we win the next 2 games. So we're up 2-1 here. And we beat them in 5. There you go. So we're up in we're going to the 3rd round. Looks like we're going to face the Winnipeg Jets, who swept the Colorado Avalanche. I would probably going to do a look around the NHL in the next episode because it's going to be year 5. So look at after 5 years how the NHL is looking in terms of where players are. Looks like unfortunately the San Diego Gulls didn't make it far in the playoffs. We're facing the Winnipeg Jets. So we're facing 3 Canadian teams so far. We're just staying up north in Western Canada. So Perfetti, Scheifele, Ehlers, that's a nasty first line. Connor Dubois, Wheeler, that's a nasty second line. Mikhaev, Roy, Little, Walmart, Vissaline installed. Their top 9 is incredible. Morrissey, Pionk, Brody, Shankirk, Yandel, Sherrod. Pretty good top 4, especially Morrissey and Pionk. Their top pairing and defenseman is very good. Hellebuck, 89 overall with a 71 backup. If we can somehow get Hellebuck out of the game, that would be good. But elite top 6, elite goaltending, a solid top 4 for defense. This is the best team we faced so far. If we can beat Winnipeg, I'm confident we have a good shot go in the Stanley Cup Finals. They're actually undefeated, 8-0. Let's see if we can hand Winnipeg their first loss. I'm only going to simulate 2 games at a time. 5-3 and a 3-2 win. Alright, so they hadn't lost in the first 2 rounds. Now they lose both games, so that's rough for them. Now we're playing in Winnipeg. 4-1 loss in game number 3, so they're not going away easily. Going to game number 4, 3-1 win, so we can eliminate them here in Anaheim. Game number 5, 3-1 loss. We're going to game number 6 back in Winnipeg. 4-2 win. We're off to the Stanley Cup Finals. There you go. So we beat the 3 Western Canadian teams. And in the final, we're facing the Florida Panthers. It's going to be 2 cities with extremely warm weather for the Stanley Cup Finals. After winning 3 series up north in Canada, let's take a look at the Florida Panthers lineup, see who they're rocking with. Huberdeau, Barkov, Zingle, very good first line. Eric Stahl's there, still in 83 at 39, surprising. Denisenko, Owen Tippett, Lundell, Janssen, and Patan. Not sure what Anton Lundell is doing on the 3rd line. Krejci, Hirose, and Heponiemi. So their center depth isn't great, apart from Barkov that are up top. Ekholm, Ekblad up to a 90 overall. Uyghur, Pollock, forcing Mata. And in goal, they have Spencer Knight, 88 overall. Bobrovsky, 83. Medium elite goaltender. Looks like he had very good stats so far. It's going to be a tough matchup, especially with Spencer Knight in net, that elite first line they have. I'm going to simulate this 1 game at a time because it is the Stanley Cup Finals. So, going to simulate the first game, and it's a 3-1 win. There you go. So, we're up 1-0 in the final. Game number 2 here in Anaheim. 4-2 loss today. Even it out. Going back to Florida, tied 1-1. OT win 3-2. Let's go. So, we're tying it. We're back up in the series, and a 6-0 win. There we go. We're up 3-1. against the Florida Panthers. Going to simulate this period by period. We're in Anaheim for game number 5. Period number 1, 2-1. Yoki Haru and Trevor Zegras. Ryan Pollock gets one for them in a power play. After 2, it is 4-1. Kevin Lebank, big trade deadline acquisitions with a power play goal. Dylan Larkin, the 2 last season's trade deadline acquisitions. Larkin and Lebank coming in clutch. I'm just going to go ahead and simulate times 8 here to third period. 5-1. Jaden Shorts. The Anaheim Mighty Ducks are 15 minutes away. Barkov gets one. It's not over yet. Oh no, the Zingle gets another, making it a 2-goal game, but Goatee on the fourth line gets a big goal there on Spencer Knight, making it 6-3. We're down to only a couple minutes left. I'm just going to pause it and go into the game. Computer versus computer. Oh my goodness, we're that close to a Stanley Cup. 95 offense now with the addition of Lebank. 90 defense, 89 goaltending. We're beating all of those stats of the Panthers. Let's jump into the game. Here we are, game number 5. We have a 6-3 lead in the 6-3 lead in the game, 3-1 lead in the series. We're trying to end it here. Gauthier, oh, a nice save there by Spencer Knight with less than a minute to go. And the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim look like they're gonna get their second Stanley Cup in franchise history, which will be the first Stanley Cup as the Mighty Ducks. Of course, they won as the Anaheim Ducks in 07 against the Ottawa Senators. There we go, less than 10 seconds left, and the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim are Stanley Cup champions. There's John Gibson, gets his first Stanley Cup. So we took Anaheim, a team that's near the bottom of the standings right now in real life. We're in a rebuilding phase. It took 4 years, but we've done it. We're on top of the mountain, the best team in the NHL, winning against the Florida Panthers in 5 games. And we had a very, very good playoff run. Winnipeg in the conference final hadn't lost a game yet, and we beat them, ending their undefeated streak. There's the handshake line. Hard-fought series. We were able to win in 5. The team just went off. Played their best hockey so far in the franchise mode for sure. Very happy for them. And the Conn Smythe Trophy is going to Dylan Larkin, a big acquisition a couple years ago at the deadline. We signed him for 6 years. He had 7 goals, 16 assists for 23 points. You'll love to see it. And here comes the Stanley Cup with that beautiful purple and green all around in the arena, in the stands. Beautiful purple and green jerseys. Look at that rebrand. They rebrand the team, build it from the ground up with prospects, and look at what happens. It's unfortunately that Ryan Getzlaf can't be a part of the team, but there's Trevor Zegras, our captain, our best player, over 100 points. Trevor Zegras and the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, Stanley Cup champs.
Names will be on that trophy. They'll have reunions, and it won't be who held it first. It'll be that we all have to.
Who is he going to give it to first? Number 24. And he gives it to Jake Bean. Yes, so Jake Bean is the first guy with Stanley Cup from Trevor Zegras. Looks like it goes from one young guy to another young player. And then next up is Hampus Lindholm. So it looks like Bean gives it off to another defenseman there. Hampus Lindholm definitely deserves it. Longtime member of the of Anaheim. He's going to skate around with that cup, celebrate. Now he's probably going to give it to John Gibson. So happy that Gibson gets his Stanley Cup. We stuck with him after a rough year last year. We gave him another shot. And there he is, John Gibson, Stanley Cup champ. You'll love to see it. I'm sure Anaheim fans are pretty happy to see that. And honestly, they have some very good prospects coming up, like you've seen in the same Drysdale Zegras. So there's definitely some good things to look up to in the future. And there's the team pick. You'll love to see it. That's a beautiful sight. 6-3 win, 33 the shots on both sides. That's fantastic. Going to take a look now at the awards and the playoff stats of the team. Looking forward to see how everybody did. They played so well. I mean, 16-6. I'm sure Gibson had a fantastic playoff run. Let's take a look at the player stats here for the Stanley Cup Playoffs. So Over a point per game, Larkin, 23 points in 22 games. 22 for Zegras, 21 for Thomas. Malkin, 20 points. You wonder if he's going to retire, but I mean, Hall of Fame career. Zegras still 91, Larkin 90 overall. And even giving up a first-round pick for Lebank. 15 points in the playoffs. He was 6th in team scoring. Definitely worth it. Schwartz, Drysdale there, 14. Take a look at the rest of the team in terms of scoring. And in terms of goaltending, 16-5-1 for Gibson. 1 shutout. 903 save percentage and 288 goals against. 87 overall. That is fantastic. Those are numbers I want to see of John Gibson. In terms of the playoff tree, we beat the Canucks in 6, the Oilers in 5, the Jets in 6, and the Panthers in 5. Looks like they beat the Rangers in 7, the Devils in 7, and they beat Tampa Bay Lightning, so they won the Battle of Florida in 6 games. The Grand Rapids Griffins, so the AHL affiliate of the Detroit Red Wings, win the Calder Cup. Looking at the draft lottery, Vegas wins, going from 6-1, Pittsburgh from 1-2, Columbus from 8-3. Taking a look at retired players, we'll see if Malkin retired, and it looks like he has not retired. Malkin is sticking around. David Krejci retires just as he did in real life, going to Czech Republic. Brett Burns retires as a member of the San Jose Sharks, 1,441 games. Duncan Keith over 1,400 games as well. Shea Weber retires there, 722 points for him. Neil Brassard. Some pretty big names in the NHL that retired this season. Take a look at goaltending. Henrik Lundqvist hangs him up, 550 win, over 1,000 games played as a goaltender. Retires as a member of the Lightning. Still 79 overall at 42, which is definitely not bad considering his age. Fantastic career for him. Wishing him all the best in real life. Hopefully he can play again with those health concerns he had. So wishing him all the best. Looks like Trevor Zegras actually grew to a 92 overall. So Stanley Cup champions. We actually won the President's Trophy as well. Clarence Campbell Bowl. So that's our 3rd President's Trophy in a row. We won it 3 out of 4 seasons. We finally win our first Stanley Cup. Individual awards, Art Ross goes to Connor McDavid there. Drysdale with the Hart. Norris goes to Carlson, no surprise there. Lady Bing Stamkos. Roy with the Calder for the Jets. Constantine, of course, still in Larkin. Markstrom with the Vezina. John Gibson wins the William M. Jennings, so gave up less goals. That's awesome. Madsen with the Bill Masterton. Kings coach with the Jack Adams. The Selke to Couturier. Drysdale with the Ted Lindsay, of course. The Maurice Richard to Forsberg. Now I did look quickly. We did not win any awards in the AHL. Ratu grew to a 77 overall, so hopefully he can be ready to jump into the NHL next season. Alright, so let's jump into the NHL entry draft and just take a look at what we can get. Our first pick is going to be in the 2nd round. Of course, we gave up that 1st round pick for Lebank, although he was a big part of our Stanley Cup team, so definitely don't mind that at all. We have a medium elite guarantee at 64 and at 110, so definitely going to pin those 2 guys. See if there's any guaranteed low elites. There is one there at 39 overall. And then in terms of gems, no gems. So we have the 62nd pick, and the guy that we pinned is actually scouted to go 64. So hopefully Billy McLean is still there, a goaltender. If so, I'm definitely going to take him. Let's take a look if he's still available. And he is there. There you go. Billy McLean, a goaltender, 891, 349 stats. He's only 18, 6'4". So, I mean, we gave up a 1st round pick. We got Kevin Lebank, big part of our Stanley Cup championship team. We still get a 2nd round pick there. So we can take Billy McLean, medium elite, and we're going to have to go all the way back and take a look at his rating. He is 59 overall. Definitely not bad. 84 overall sniper goes to the Vegas Golden Knights as the 1st pick. That's a huge pick for them. 83 overall, pick number 5 to the Canadians. So we're picking 93rd overall. We have another goaltender here, guaranteed medium elite. So I'm going to take him. So we have a couple of more options for goaltenders. And goaltenders that are medium elite have pretty good trade value. So worst comes to worst, they don't play, we can trade him up. And he's 55 overall medium elite. So as our next pick, we're going to take probably this guy here, Isaiah Falk. He's a centerman, 18 years old, 5 years away, but could be low elite. It's going to take a chance with him. We're going to have all the way back here. That's what happens when you win Stanley Cup. 50 overall, low elite. So he's low elite, not good rating, but probably good trade value given his potential. Medium bottom 6 there. We'll take a look if there's anything interesting I could take. 50-50 medium top 4 defenseman, Alexander Zadorov. We took 2 goaltenders and a 4. Let's take a defenseman here. Hopefully he is top 4. And he is 70-60 overall. And that's not a great pick. Can't win them all though. This guy here, 50-50 medium elite, William Bulk. He's a centerman. At this point, just like taking shots in the dark. Hopefully that they're elite. He is a low elite, 50 overall power forward. There you go. Again, low rated, but I'll take that elite potential any day. Grayson Vitale, 50% low elite. He is low bottom 6. Pretty solid draft. We had a few elite goaltenders, a couple of low elite skaters. So I'm happy with that draft for sure. All right, heading into the re-sign phase, we have 23.8 million of cap space. Trevor Zegras is an RFA. We're going to qualify him. Let's take a look what he wants. Probably going to be like over 12. 11.5. All right, I can work with that for 6 years. Going to give him an offer of 11.25. See if he's going to take that. 100% we're keeping him. Lebank wants an extension. Schwartz, Silverberg. So we have many guys we have to sign. Goaltending, we're set. We have Gibson, Dostal, Malek there. I'm going to qualify Eric Sinek, be our backup in the, or start in the AHL. But Gibson grew to an 88, which is fantastic. In terms of defense, our top 4 is Sainz, Slavin, B, Lindholm, Fowler. Now, our top 2 young guys here, Drysdale grew to an 83. Yoki Haryu, 84. Is going to qualify those 2 guys. I definitely want to keep them. So Drysdale, what does he want? 4.5 for 4 years. That's very good. Goes up about $1 million. I'm going to give him 4.5 for 6. I think that's a steal of a deal for a medium elite young defenseman. Yoki Haryu, 5.7 for 3. So he wants a little bit more. I'm going to give him 5.5 for 3 because he's definitely needs to be kept member of our top pair. Qualify some guys in the AHL. And I'm going to see if our defensemen decide to sign. All right, so Trevor Zegras signs a big contract. Jamie Drysdale signs. Yoki Haryu signs as well. So there you go. We're 3 for 3 so far. Our defense is already set. Now, unfortunately, I think it's going to be the end of the road with our... I think, unfortunately, I'm going to have to let Evgeny Malkin go. 4.4 million for an 81 overall. I know he had amazing numbers, but I just can't justify giving 4.4 to an 81 with his age 37. There's really no guarantee he's going to stay that rating. We have Shane Bowers there on a 2-way deal. Only 1 overall lower at 24. So I want to thank Evgeny Malkin for his incredible service with the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. He had, I'm going to have to calculate his points that he had. So in 184 games, Malkin had 120 goals and 209 points. So over a point per game. Malkin was incredible. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. 3 goals shy, 600, 1,422 points. We're going to thank him for his service and wish him all the best in free agency. Hopefully he can go find success somewhere else. I mean, that was his 4th Stanley Cup. What a career for him. Now, one thing I may have to do, I may have to trade Rickard Rakell. He's making over $9.7 million for 3 more years. He's down to an 85 overall. I mean, to start the franchise, he was on our top line. 46 points last year, but look at his playoff stats. Only 8 points in 22 games. So, I'm going to have to trade Rakell in the offseason on free agency day. We only have 5.3 left. We have a couple of RFAs we need to sign for forwards. We have Lebank, Schwartz, and Silverberg. Only going to be able to keep one of those 3. Now, Schwartz does not want an extension. He's 32. Silverberg, 33. Lebank is 28. So, like I mentioned, we're going to have to keep one of them, trade away Rakell that we can probably reunite with one of them in free agency or look if there's a better option. I mean, he actually wants $6 million. Not sure if we can give him that. Lebank, he wants 9.2 million is what Lebank wants. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to keep him, unfortunately. 9.5 for Schwartz. Silverberg's the contract makes most sense. And I'm going to give him what we have. 5.38 for a couple of years, probably 2 years. See if he takes that. All right, good. Silverberg accepts his contract. That's good. So we still have Silverberg, Zegras, Larkin, Contois, and Thomas, and then we're gonna have a couple of additions we're gonna have to do in free agency. All right, so I'm gonna try and make a trade here with the Dallas Stars. I'm trying to get Jason Robertson here for Raquel, so it would save us a ton of cap space. There's a couple of options I've already seen in free agency that I want to try to get. Robertson here is a medium top 6 potential, 83 overall at 24, had 40 points last year, 36, so could be a very solid third line forward for us. Looking at his stats here, 90 offensive awareness, which is very good, 85 defensive awareness, 85 speed, mid to high 80s shot, mid 80s deking, very good all around. Trying to get a third, it might be a bit much here, so I might have to actually add a pick. So it's for next year, so adding a fourth. So trying to jump up around and get Robertson, save about 7 million of cap space. Let's see if that's going to go through. Trade is rejected. All right, so I'm going to try to give them, probably going to only be able to get a fourth. So the fourth for this year they have on the block. Let's see if Robertson's coming to Anaheim. Trade is still rejected. All right, so not sure if I'm going to be able to grab a pick. I'm going to go with a fifth. I want to try to see if I can get as much as I can. Raquel for Robertson in the fifth. Trade still rejected. Let's see if it 1-for-1. Raquel for Robertson. Trade is accepted. All right, so definitely want to thank Raquel for his service in Anaheim. Longtime member of the team. I want to welcome Robertson as a member of the Mighty Ducks. Now, there's, like I mentioned, there's a couple of centers that are on pretty good contracts that I would want to get. Either Shapik, Verhaeghe, only 2.2 million for an 83 overall, which is very solid. I would like to get one of these guys because our center depth after Zegras goes down quite a bit. So, because we have Larkin on the wing, Conto, etc. So if we can boost up our center depth, I'd like to have two of these four. So Giroux is a bit expensive. Kempe, Cousins, Verhaeghe, two of those three would be fantastic there. Kempe, 85 overall, 15 goals, 35 assists. Looking at his stats, they're pretty good. Fit 3/4 guaranteed fits on line number 2. Nick Cousins had 65 points last year, 15 goals, 40 assists there. That's definitely interesting. Fits on line number 2. I'm going to try to get Cousins and Verhaeghe here. So Cousins going to even give him a bit more. 6 million for 3 years. It's a bit much. I'm not sure if I can. I'm going to start with Verhaeghe here. 2.275. I'm going to give him 2.3 for 3 years. See if he's going to sign. I mean, 6 million for an 84 overall. Could have Kempe. Yeah, I'm going to go with Kempe because he's a bit cheaper. 1 overall higher and 3 years younger than Cousins. 85 overall there. Kempe going to give him 5.5, a bit more, trying to entice him because I know Arizona's interested as well. So Kempe and Verhaeghe, and then I think that'd be pretty solid for us. I gave a bunch of two-way offers to guys for Fort Line or AHL as well. Let's see if he comes to Anaheim. Oh, wow, that's a blockbuster. Is that Shane Wright? Is that actually Shane Wright? Goes to St. Louis for Torrey Krug. I'm going to have to take a look if it's the same S Wright. St. Louis and Vegas. All right. I have to take a look at that later on. So Evgeny Svechnikov accepts our offer there. Verhaeghe accepts our offer. Armia unfortunately rejects there. Kupari goes to another team. I think he said our roster was actually full. All right, so Zegras and Larkin would be in the first line. Then we have Verhaeghe, Lustrom, Bowers. Definitely not bad. We have Ratu 77. I'm really hoping he can just grow like to a 79 or 80 even over the course of the summer. That'd be huge. I'm going to take a look before I do anything else. So when I take a look at St. Louis there, if it's actually Shane Wright that they got for Torrey Krug going to Vegas. And it is Shane Wright. So Shane Wright just got traded for Torrey Krug. Okay, right, 78 overall, medium elite at 20 years old. And now Torrey Krug over to Vegas. He is 87 overall at 33. Pretty good defenseman. I mean, it's not a bad deal, but I don't know about that one. So I'm going to wait to see what Kempe wants to do if he wants to sign with our team. Unfortunately, he does not. All right, so I would really want to have another centerman. But like I mentioned, at this point, I'm going to go for the best guy available. If we can have two players for the price of one in Raquel, having Verhaeghe and one more guy, I think that'd be good. Malek in there grew to an 83, but we seen he was an 81. We could technically bring back Malkin. I mean, do we do that? Wheeler is available. Same age, 1 overall higher. Voracek, 85 overall at 34. They're a bit older. We have Samuel Bled there, 49 points last year. He's a playmaker. Very, very good hands. 5 stars. fits on forward line 2 probably. He's 28, 84 overall, but only wants 4.9. Gonna sort by rating here. We have a couple of interesting guys. I mean, even Niederreiter always seems to sim well. I'm gonna look around, see what would be the best fit for the team. I'm gonna go for Samuel Blais. I'm going for the younger guy, give him 5 million. I'm gonna give him 5 million for about 3 years. See if we can hold on to him. Again, if he doesn't say yes, we have a ton of other options there, but Samuel Blais could be with our team longer than guys that are already in their mid-30s, so I'm looking more long-term. And he actually goes to the Minnesota Wild. Alright, so we're going to go with plan C now. I'm going to try to get Tyler Toffoli here because he's a sniper. 84 overall. Didn't have a great amount of points last year. He was with Montreal. But look at his shooting. 87, 87, 89, 88. Pretty good hands. He has good stats, and given he is a sniper, could definitely fit well with Comtois, who's a playmaker. He only wants 3.1 million. I think that's a very good deal. 3.1 for 2 years. Let's see if Toffoli is going to come to Anaheim. That would leave us with another 4 million left. So we could potentially get another guy like, let's say, Mike Hoffman there, 25, 23. We could bring back Malkin, but he's older, and I'm not sure if he would be same rating. We have guys like Verana or Shapik there, 16 goals, 20 assists. He had 36 points, all in the 90s. His puck skills, 84 offensive awareness, 83 defensive awareness, fits on top 4 lines. Honestly, I think Shapik would probably be our pick. He's a centerman, 76 faceoffs. I'm looking at value deals. I mean, he's only 27, so he's like probably the youngest guy there. 83 overall, wants less than 3 million. I'm gonna give him an offer for 3 years at 3.25 until he's 30. Let's see if Toffoli, Shapik are coming. If so, I mean, we're basically got 3 guys for the price of 1 in Raquel. Sometimes you have to work some magic in free agency to see if they come. Full roster, all right. Gonna have to trade a couple of guys, it looks like. So we actually have to make space in the roster. So I'm going to trade away Gauthier and Abramov. Gauthier is making $2 million as an 81 overall. Abramov was in the AHL. Have a bunch of 80 overalls. You can replace them. Trying to get a forward from the Bruins. There you go. Trade accept. So hopefully now we're able to get our guys in free agency. So I'm going to try to get Tyler Toffoli here. Just over 3 million for 2 years. And the other pair looking at was Shapik there. Gonna give him 3 million for 3 years. See if he's gonna come. Here you go, Tyler Toffoli. Welcome to Anaheim, and Shapik as well. Let's go. We got our team, guys. Defending Stanley Cup champs. We still have 4 million of cap space left. Our forward group is looking absolutely insane. We have Zegras, Larkin, Comtois, Silverberg, Thomas, Toffoli, Shapik, Robertson, Verhaeghe, Lundstrom, Tkachuk, Svechnikov. We have Bowers. We have Tracy. In the system, we have a bunch of 79s. Ratu, 77. Hopefully, he can grow over the summer. In terms of defense, looking good, and in the roster, Slavin B, Lindholm, Fowler, Yoki Haru, Drysdale. We're able to keep our entire defensive team. 88 overall Gibson, 83 Dostal. Like I said, we actually would still have the opportunity to sign one more guy in free agency. Alright, I was actually able to sign Mike Hoffman as well for 1 year, just over 3 million. He is a sniper, which is why I wanted him. We have some playmakers, power forwards, so I'm trying to get the best chemistry possible. I think we're set to go into the next season now and take a look at our team. Alright, so this is a quick look at our team going to year number 5. I'm going to be doing the power play lines and AHL lines for next episode. Larkin, Zegras, Silverberg with the +3 in the first line. Played like an 89, 95, and 94. Amazing first line. Even the second line, Comtois. I now have Philip Shapik there on the second line with Tyler Toffoli. It's a completely new look. The +3, playing like an 87, 86, and 90. And then the third line, Lundstrom with Thomas and Hoffman. There, 86, 82, and 83. And Verhaeghe, 83 with Robertson, 83, and Tkachuk, 81. A lot of new faces on the team, but we still have a very solid team there. Our core is still intact. Defense is literally identical. Same pairings, same guys there, and same as goaltending. Gibson up to an 88, Dostal 83 backing him up. Now, unfortunately, Ratu is not grown. 77 overall, still at 21. Maybe I'll look at trading him because at this point, I don't want his value to go. too low if he doesn't grow. I mean, look at that. He still has like 3/4 full of trade value. I'm just going to go with fine trade. See if there's any like suggestions that I could get. A couple of seconds in Coleman, but I mean, going to next episode, that's something I may have to do. Potentially trade Ratu, which unfortunately, like I said, just it's not growing at all. I would like him to be by now at least an 80. Malek there, 22 overall, medium star potential, 77 overall. Eriksson Ek backing him up. Those are goaltenders in the AHL. So like I said, next episode, going to have to maybe make a decision on Ratu. But that will be the next time. Because right now we're celebrating a Stanley Cup win. Mighty Ducks of Anaheim Stanley Cup champions. If you guys did enjoy it, do leave a like. Would appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new and hit the notification bell as well to get notified whenever new videos go live. If you made it this far, I will let you know we do have some Olympic themed videos coming up. I made Team Canada. I made Team USA as well. Gonna probably either go in a franchise mode sim or go into like a tournament setting where I have different countries facing off against each other. It is the Summer Olympics right now, and we have the Winter Olympics with hockey coming up next year. So I think it's a good time to these could potentially look like. So I'm gonna do that in the next probably coming weeks. But for now, I'm gonna stick to the Anaheim Mighty Ducks franchise mode as well. So definitely look out for that. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, have a great day.